Well, man, it's been one hell of a morning. Crappy start to the morning because I couldn't get to the exact spot I wanted. Got up in the tree, hauled my bow half up, bow fell down, had to get back down, get it. But anyway, got footage of a spike that came through chasing, ended up going by Cody. About a half hour later, had a nice, I don't know, I didn't count, but nice buck come right from the spot I wanted to be this morning, where the spike came from. And then a little bit of doe came by right in the spot I wanted to be. I tried calling her to come around because she was acting like something was behind her. You know, she got close, got up on the top of this ridge, eventually turned back and went down. Next thing I know, I look and there's a shooter, a nice beautiful 8, right where she was standing. Dropped down towards Cody's way, ended up bumping a doe and a button buck past him, then came right back up here again and headed right down the ridge. Where she went, I grunted and I bleated at him a couple of times. I could get him to stop and look, but that's why I was trying to get the doe to come this way, because she was acting like something was following her. But it's about 10 o'clock. Give us some time yet, see what happens. Best mornings I think I've had in a while. Every single deer, see that little dip in that ridge right there? Yep. Every single deer came right through that little saddle right there. Yep, the spike came and then came down through here, and actually got on this ridge and walked right in front of me.
Right.
And then went that way.
Yeah, and then he went down. He went on the finger to the right of me. I seen him cross. Then he came right down and fed, within 25 yards of me, bedded down.
And then the first shooter buck came through that saddle and then went along the ridge that way down to the bottom. I stopped him with a rattle down there, and he stopped, but then eventually just kept going. The doe came out in that saddle, got to the end of that ridge. I grunted her back. She was standing on top right up there for the longest time looking for me. And eventually went down, and then that's when all of a sudden the buck appeared there, and he, went down your way, and then eventually came right back up and just went right where the doe went. The 5 does I've seen were in this valley, and headed up that way. I've seen more deer today than I've seen all season.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah. Well, when you called me, I was on that finger on this side, because the wind's coming this way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I heard a grunt, and I see 2 deer come running down the.
Oh, you actually heard a grunt too.
Yeah, I heard a grunt, so I thought it was a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Meh." I don't know. So I grabbed my bow, and I'm facing the tree, right? And I'm like, all right, you're gonna go this side. And I see them come this side. All right. I'm like, they're gonna come right up the finger. And sure enough, they came right up the finger to my left, 10 yards.
Really?
But I'm standing there because I'm thinking there must be another deer.
Yeah.
It never was, but they went up the finger, kind of back up towards the truck. Never seen me, or the wind was good.
Yeah.
And then that other spike came on the downwind side of me from this part of the bottom here.
Yeah.
And he started heading up this finger, and I was on this finger. He kind of headed up through the bottom, and he stopped and got my wind and just kind of trotted off back where he came.
Gotcha. So we're up in Lake County, the Northwest 12, where they've had APRs in place for several years. And with some buddies, Casey and Pat, stayed in this cabin last night. A couple of beds in here. Hunting was good this morning, and we moved our stand and see what happens tonight. Hopefully that move gets me right on top of them, because I would have shot 2 of them this morning. That's the main cabin over there. Yeah, crunchy. There's the one we stayed in last night. Who wants to be famous?
Oh, see, there it is. You're wondering why the internet's buffering.
You're gonna make the cut. Oh, this isn't on the internet.
Oh.
So these are all the little bucks that they shoot up north.
That's a Missouri.
That's a Missouri one. That's Casey's Missouri one, right? Yeah.
And that seems to be where I've been able to find
And Casey just brought this one back today. That's the coat on that thing. That's a
Newaygo County giant.
That's a colored deer.
Color or coal?
It actually ran
I
into
can
my
still
arrow.
see fish on a lot of those places.
It's a little warm. It's 65 degrees, so it worked up a little bit of a lather getting out of here, but I'm all set up in the spot. This is exactly where all the deer were coming up this morning. And actually we've sat here several times before, and they always seem to funnel through here. So got the stand right in the sweet spot, and just so happens that right down there underneath that tree is a scrape as well. So that's going to be good. Got a south wind going over this ridge. I anticipate the deer coming from that way. Hopefully coming right across in front of me. Slam dunk shot. Any one of those 2 shooters show up, it's going down. Surrounded by 7 deer. I probably shouldn't have done this because they see me. I can't remember the last time I've been surrounded by 7 deer all at the same time. And it's been like one after the other. Started with 3, then 2 joined, then 2 more joined. For at least half hour to an hour. It's fun. It's deer camp. We've got backstrap wrapped in bacon, and we've got jalapeno poppers. Yummy. Gonna be good.
Redo. Nope, redo. Doesn't count. You didn't offer a cup for the fucking.
You didn't offer me a fucking cup. I'm on his side now. I'm making fun of him.
Well, now he's the enemy, so.
He's the enemy, little cheating fuck.
Only when you get caught.
Well, you got caught.
Well, this morning was a complete dud. Between 4 guys, we didn't see a single deer. It was warmer this morning. Yesterday it was 38 degrees, and this morning it was 50 degrees. Hard to believe that 12 degrees makes that difference, but geez, windy. But it is strange, the contrast from yesterday morning, all the rutting activity, to nothing this morning. Maybe they did a little running too hard yesterday with it warm. It's 65, it's a little cooler than yesterday. They were out early yesterday, and I guess we're hoping that with no activity this morning, hopefully that means they'll be up on their feet, and maybe the buck's moving and pushing does or searching. So we'll see what happens. Got 4 does on the ridge behind me. Cody's seen them first, and we're headed his way a little bit, but then it popped up over top of this ridge behind me. We're just meandering, feeding around over there. The wind is coming from them to me. It'd be really nice if they decided to come from this way and smelled them. Drew them right into me.